Scott Fornash, and I'm the Director of Public Works for the whole city of Marlin. I'm also a licensed operator, and I assist out here at the water plant, and also assist at the sewer plant when needed. Ammonium sulfate, okay, that's liquid ammonia is what it is. That's what we blend with the chlorine to make chloramines. 2 tanks on that in there, your alum, that's your dirt coagulation. That's what brings all your dirt together, helps it settle out. This here is an acid, and we use it to we either backwash with acid sometimes, or if it's a pH problem, we'll add it to it to bring our pH back into balance. We also use bleach, usually as a cleaning agent for the filters. We do have fluoride. Water has natural fluoride in it, so we don't have to pump a whole lot of fluoride in it. So we're okay on that part there. It comes in, this is where it enters in. This is where the water gets stopped.
Okay.
There's a big bell that runs all the way down. It's about 20 feet down. It's a big old bell. And what happens is water will sit here and collect. And if you can look in the water, you can kind of see a blanket, just a dirt blanket down low, probably about 10, 15 feet down. You can kind of see a little cloud, looks like, in there. That's actually the dirt settling down.
Okay.
And what happens, your clear water will come up and come through these troughs. All right. And see the difference between your water inside the trough and outside?
Yeah.
Now, that's all natural reaction.
Big difference.
Okay. That's the water that goes to the filters.
Okay.
And it filters out all the little microbes that weren't caught in the suspension part here.
Okay.
So, but that's one of these here, and like I said, and that goes. This clarifier here is on the pump on that side, on the right-hand side. This motor right here, at the very bottom of this clarifier, is a big paddle. And all it does is just turn it. And it turns real slow.
Okay.
Dirt, after a while, when it settles, it compacts. Right? It's called sludge. What it is just dirt. And it compacts, and what that paddle does, it just keeps it aerated so it don't get stagnant and start causing gas bubbles and stuff like that.
Okay.
Now, what we do after so many feet in the bottom of this, we have to take some of that out. So we'll weigh it and put it out in a drying bed, and then recycle the water out of it and come back in. We just get the dirt out of the system. That's something that's part of maintenance on your clarifiers. You want about 2.5 feet in these, and that gives you a good blanket for the dirt to grab onto when it comes through that bell.
Okay.
Like I said, that's on both of these. This one you can see the cloud a little bit better. About midway down, you can kind of see the cloud underneath that water. This is one of the deeper clarifiers, but this is, from what I understand, this is supposed to be the newer one, but it's got the older wiring system on it, which I'm not understanding. I think that one's our newest built one. But this one here, see the wires in it? That's a cathodic wiring program, because water will create its own energy. That's there to keep kind of ground it out.
Okay.
But once it goes from here, it's pumped in to that contact chamber right there. Then it's pumped inside the building. This one here takes your water from your clarifiers into the contact chamber, and then it comes into your pumps and goes into the plant. And these are your main feed pumps right here. Okay. Comes in. These are a microfilter, kind of like a pre-chlorination type setup. This is what shoots all the chlorination and the polymer in it to help it adhere into the filter a little bit better. Each one is divided into each one of the pumps that comes up into here. All the controls here are automated. That's why all these controllers have the yellow knobs on them. Everything's controlled by air. We have air compressors and stuff that have electrical sensors. When the system goes into something, it'll turn each valve depending on what it wants to do. So it's pretty important to have air compressors out here and to make sure our electrical stays up where it needs to be. Other than that, it comes in, goes through all the valves. This is your turbine pump here, pushes it into the system. Will come in through the top head and the top rail up here, feeds through the top of the filters, comes down, then it dumps into the lower pipe. This distributor comes in through this pipe right here. And And this is your finished water right here that goes into the tank.
The blue pipe is the finished water,
Yep.
and the white cylinder looking things are the filters.
Right.
Okay. So this is the filter that the water runs through, and it filters the water.
Yep. There's your plate that all these sit in. Like I said, this is the stuff that we have to replace if they go bad on us.
Okay, and this is the stuff that's contained, the filters that are contained
Inside there.
inside these white cylinder looking things. Gotcha.
The new ones have a different filament. That's why we're having to go through the change of TCQ and all that, because they've changed the filter element and made them better and able to produce a little bit more water at a faster rate. The treatment plant comes out of the filters, comes into this storage tank. And that storage tank there is 750,000 gallons. And when the water gets called for, it comes out of these pumps here, pumps it into town. And if this plant ever loses power at any time, that's what that generator's for. It automatically starts up and it'll run and power the plant, keep everything going. And its startup time is usually about 7 to 8 seconds after power is lost before it's already kicked in and got everything going back up again. Most of this stuff here, the water out here stays cycling constantly because the town's always pulling.
Right.
When you're out washing your car or leaving a hose on or something, a lot of people don't realize how much water that uses. And you get 1,000, 2,000 people leaving a water hose on, you're pulling a lot of water. Like I said, we pump about 2.5 million gallons a day, so you average that up over 365 days, that's a lot of water. Now, this room is the brains of everything. This room is the electrical of everything in this plant. Something in here goes bad, we get problems.
Can we just do like a 360 around?
So your main feeds, stuff like this here, this is stuff for the SCADA. There's lights and wiring. Lights, computer technology, this stuff.
Okay.
It's all your main powers, your pumps, your turbines. Your filter feed pumps here, the water that pumps it into the filters. Very heavy control. Gotta stay some cool. This is going to be the
I'm turning on right now, going into town.
Okay.
We operate off of it, watch the level of this tower, which is the Mesquite Tower. And whenever it drops down to 15, we'll turn on. And we'll shut off at 20 feet.
We have recordings of all tower levels.
Right. So this is real time analysis of how much is in those tanks and how much is being pumped to it.
Right.
Okay.
And we also have the monitoring of all the lift stations, which is your sewer lift stations all throughout town. We have recordings on all of those. If one of them has a problem, we can find. It'll alert us on it. And this board up here, this is what's going on with the plant right now. Okay, that's stage 200, which is these set of filters over here. And this is what it's doing. Okay, we're pumping in 1,200 gallons. We're putting out 1,100 gallons, almost 1,200. So that's how much water is lost between the filters coming in and out. We can also go into 100, which is this skid here. See, now it's not running. So there's no water being produced or made. So it's not running because the pumps are red. When this thing kicks on, these pumps will turn green and tell us which pumps are running and what is it doing at that point in time. See, right now it's actually in back flushing. So it's actually, the system automatically cleans the filters. How often, Seymour?
Every 45 minutes.
Every 45 minutes. It goes through and back washes the filters to keep them clean. Okay. Just part of maintenance is what that is.
Okay.
But everything in this plant can be controlled right here at this desk.
So it seems like, this is, doesn't seem like it is a state-of-the-art facility where you can keep a monitor on things in real time.
Like I was telling you out there, once I get the 911 system set up, these guys can actually monitor it from home because they'll have passwords to get into this system and be able to look at it at the house before they make a trip all the way out here, and it's, just say a pump didn't work, and they can switch all that at the house. That's the benefit of having the 911 system.
Okay.
These guys here do a real good job keeping everything going and flowing. Water here comes out really good. You got good chlorine level. Time it makes it to town, you got old pipes.
And that's what I was about to ask. So I'm seeing all this new technology. Everything seems to be working just fine here.
Yep.
And so when it gets to our home, what contaminates it from
Old
the time?
lines.
Okay.
Old lines. Your age of your infrastructure will make or break a water system. I can leave here with perfect water. You travel at 10 miles down that road, you've got half a mile of old pipe that's scaled or it's got rust built up in it from age. You'll change the characteristics of that water. Just like that. If anything comes up, they detect us, and we have to do a bunch of different tests to verify that it was just a bad sample taken. Because it's that quick to mess up a sample. Wind is the biggest problem on a sample.
Okay.
Windy days, you'll get a bad sample every time because it blows dust, dirt, pollen. Any of that hits that water sample, it'll throw it off. So you have to be real careful when you put your samples. A lot of things that help a city is flushing. Annual daily flushing. There should be hydrants flushed and all that stuff all over town all the time. And we're trying to stay on top of that as best we can with some of my water guys that are out in the field. That's what they're doing. They have a chart that they have to sign off on every day. Make sure everything's flushed. We have 30 or 35 hydrants we have to flush a month. Dead end mains to keep the water moving and also to keep your chlorine level and all that stuff staying up. So that's all. It's just a lot of maintenance to keep everything going the way it should. But a state requires 32-pound minimum pressure out of your water lines. 20 at the minimum at a fire. If you've got a fire truck tied to a hydrant, it can't drop below 20. Anything below, once it drops below that, a boil water notice is to be issued because below 32 pounds, bacteria will start to kind of form, or it's possible it can form. So that's why the boil water notice is done until the water is returned to its normal pressure, and then samples are taken to make sure that it's clear of any kind of bacteria and any kind of ailments that can make you sick. 90% of the time, that's what your boil water notices are. It's not that the water is not safe to drink; it's just something required by the state we have to do if it drops below a certain pressure. So a lot of people get kind of false information on that, but if it was something bad, trust me, we would let you know. But your boil water notice, that's just DCQ rules.